What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the SoBackSports Podcast, and we're so back with another episode. Today, we have a special guest with us. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Tejas. I'm one of his friends. I'm a Colts fan. So
Y-
yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. We will be talking a lot about the Colts today specifically. But before we get into all that, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. Really helps me create content like this for you guys. And, we're trying to get to 700 subscribers very soon. So let's get on with the Colts talk because, man, what a season it's been. Like, genuinely, I if you like told me in terms of the script that the Colts were seen as probably the best, if not the best team in the NFL, I would be like, what are you talking about? Because with how the offseason kind of went, and especially with the last three seasons, the Colts in 2023 went 9-8, then followed the season up with 8-9, and they're currently 7-1 right now. So like, from 9-8 to like being in the middle of the pack to 7-1 right now. Were there any signs in your mind like during the offseason or during the preseason where you thought that this team can actually be even remotely competitive in the NFL?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think that for sure. I think there were signs that the team could be all right because I think a lot of people are saying the Colts could be in the running for even the number one overall pick, but a team that had a quarterback with as Gardner Minshew, and the year before that with Wentz and with Ryan, and those teams were able to stay competitive. In fact, I think a couple of those years we were dropped pass away from a playoff game, or just a single win away from a playoff game. You would think that, like we've been saying, we're a QB away for a while, and that's kind of why we've been rotating. Never really thought Daniel Jones would be that guy to put us over the edge like this, but I think I'm not too surprised by the fact that we're at least relevant and competitive, but certainly did not expect it to be this strong.
Yeah, like I mean, from how Daniel Jones kind of ended his stint with the Giants, he did have a successful season where it was Ryan Dable's first uh season as the head coach, being fresh off of a offensive coordinator position with the Buffalo Bills. Like the fact that he had that season, made his money, went to the playoffs, beat the Vikings. Thank you, Daniel Jones. And uh, proceeded to have the seasons that he's been having because he, if I remember correctly, in 2023, like tore his ACL and then was out the rest of the season. So he's been kind of banged up a lot when it comes to playing for the Giants and all the stuff he went through. He was kind of tossed to the Wolves essentially, sat behind what was it? I'm already starting to forget. Like on the bench for the Vikings before Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Like,
with Kirk Cousins.
oh geez, yeah. Like it, the Vikings having two of the quarterbacks that were kind of like tossed to the side in Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, and both of them are succeeding elsewhere. Like, I mean, yeah, Darnold did succeed with the Vikings, but like it it was kind of crazy that you know they would move off of him so quickly. Um, but yeah, like in terms of Daniel Jones, because with how he's been playing this season, it's been really effective football and efficient football. Do you think that it's more of the scheme that not Shane Steichen kind of brings to the table? Because Shane Steichen, you probably remember, like he worked with a bunch of quarterbacks that kind of are similar in a sense to Daniel Jones, with like Jalen Hurts, a little mobile quarterback. Um, Minshew, he was able to make him look very serviceable for his stint in Indianapolis. Do you think it's more of a scheme thing, or is it more of Daniel Jones just needing the help around him, like actual wide receivers, Tyler Warren? We'll get to that topic in a bit too. But do you think it's more of a scheme, or if it's more Daniel Jones having the right fit?
Yeah, well, I want to take a step back to something you said earlier about them both being on the Vikings, and I do want to give some credit because I think in terms of quarterbacks, Kevin O'Connell turns everything he touches into gold in a
Oh yeah.
sense.
Hmm.
So I think that certainly has played a part in his understanding of the game. But yeah, I think this offense is all scheme. I think what they're doing is so impressive. I think there's guys open on every play. It feels effortless. There's not been a single time where I felt like a defense had an answer for the Colts. They've been punting like 1 or 2 times a game. I think it's all scheme, but I think what pushes it over the edge is that there's finally a quarterback that can understand and execute the scheme. And I think that's what we've been looking for in Anthony Richardson for a couple of years. And while he's healthy, he's still even not able to understand the scheme. And I think Daniel Jones is a guy that just gets it, and that's enough for the offense to churn.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that AR will, I'm probably not with the Colts because, given the current circumstances with Daniel Jones being a way more serviceable quarterback right now, do you think AR will probably get a chance somewhere, or whether it's with the Colts or with another team?
I think he will. There's no doubt about it. The Colts have said that AR's future with them is not over. There's always going to be some skepticism about that, but I think he might sit behind Daniel Jones. I would expect Daniel Jones to get extended after the season if it keeps trending this way. Fingers crossed. Hopefully nothing happens. But yeah, I think he'll get another shot. Definitely a team's going to look at him. He has so much potential. He's still only 23, I think.
Yeah.
He's younger than most of the quarterbacks and even the Caleb Williams class. So he's got a lot of time ahead of him. I think he can turn it around with the right coaching, with the right environment. I think he needs to improve his focus on the game.
That's so true, because I think from when he was drafted, fourth overall pick back in 2022, he was definitely if you were to say the definition of a project quarterback, it's Anthony Richardson, because he has all the upside in the world when it comes to strength, athleticism, the arm talent. You saw flashes here and there, especially was it the Texans game where he just slipped and then still launched a 70-yard bomb down the field.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of last season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It was second week or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. I was like, this dude, if he could just read a defense and actually the sky's the limit for this man. It's just that I think that's with a lot of quarterbacks nowadays. And listen, as a Bears fan, I know very well, development is so important when it comes to quarterback play, and especially with scheme, with fit and whatnot. And I think, Shane Steichen, he came from the Eagles, has such a tremendous resume with him when it comes to working with the Rams, with Phillip Rivers, with Jalen Hurts on the Eagles, and now his stint with Indianapolis. The consistency is there. It's just that he needed the quarterback to go along with it. And that actually is kind of crazy because he's able to utilize the weapons in such a way that it makes it, like you said, very effortless. And speaking of effortless, Jonathan Taylor, as you are wearing right now. Give me some of your thoughts on him. He's been having himself a hell of a season.
Yeah, I think anybody that's surprised by Jonathan Taylor's season this year hasn't watched enough of Jonathan Taylor. I think dude's been elite his entire career. I think he's in the top couple players of all time in yards per game. Mm-hmm. Every healthy game he's played, he's just been amazing. And finally putting it together with a passing game that opens things up, and the line staying healthy, knock on wood, thus far. It's totally unsurprising. I think he's the best pure runner in the league, and it's showing finally that now that the pieces are coming together.
Yeah, for sure. Because I always go back to this because it's so annoying that it's it's actually a thing, right? The way it is, with the current award system, the MVP award. Because listen, I understand completely that the MVP award is a QB award, and it's been since AP won it back in 2012. But come on, at some point something has got to give. And what do you think Jonathan Taylor has to do, because before we get into that, well, because CMC tried that was it 2 seasons ago,
Yeah.
with the 49ers, and he had
His
himself
thousand season. Yeah.
yeah, it was, bro, like he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
Similar with Saquon the past season as well. Like he almost broke. I always forget his name. It was the record in the NFL.
It's Chris
It was,
Johnson, right?
I think so. It's one of like the records that hasn't been broken in years for running back, like 2000 something. He was like only like 100 or 200 yards away or something like that. But he decided to sit out like a couple plays, or like the rest end of the game.
Oh, in the Giants game, I remember that, the
Yeah,
revenge game. Yeah.
yeah. So he was just like, you know what, just take the win. And I'm just like, dude, you could have given the voters an opportunity to change history with actually giving you this award, because it ended up being that he never got even one single first place award vote because of that. But going back to the main question, what do you think Jonathan Taylor needs to do this season to even warrant the idea or warrant the conversation of him being in the MVP conversation?
Yeah. Well, I'll preface it by saying that I think the person that gets voted MVP is like, everyone has a different interpretation of what MVP means, so it's always going to be different. But I think if JT does what he does what he did the first half of this season and continues and is consistent, he's going to end with something like 30 touchdowns, 2,000 yards. I think that's got to get him consideration at that point, especially without any QB really spearheading it at this point, because Baker's had some struggles lately. I guess, yeah, Stafford's definitely up there though. But yeah, I think he should get consideration because of how good of a season he's had. But I'd also take this as a point to kind of reinforce that MVP is a QB award, because finally when the Colts found their QB, that's what's enabled JT to do what he's doing. And even though JT himself is having an amazing season, it kind of proves that can't happen without a dynamic QB that the defense has to account for. And that's why even the worst QB on a really good team is likely the MVP of that team.
I see what you mean, because it does boil down back to the quarterback, but part of me is just like, when it comes to the previous MVPs, when it comes to awards, like if we go back to like our good old friend Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
back when he won the MVP, like, would you have said like, yeah, of course, Lamar Jackson had like a great season overall when it comes to like the team. Like the team did really well. The number one seed. Wait, was the number one seed? Yeah. They were like insane that year with Derrick Henry in his first season. And not Derrick Henry. Was it without Derrick Henry?
I think that was first for her season of Derrick Henry on the Ravens. Yeah.
Because I think was last season the first season with Derrick Henry?
I think last season was the second. Is this his third year on the Ravens? Might be. Yeah.
I thought it was his second, because I think the previous year before it was Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, and J.K. Dobbins was still on the team in 2023. That was the year that Lamar.
It was J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, right? It was
because that was the year Lamar won it, but it should have been like CMC and like
or arguably Josh Allen
that year too.
I thought Josh Allen was going to win it that year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, Lamar Jackson was like ended up winning MVP that season, but he didn't have necessarily like the stats needed, like in a sense, to control the game and take over. Which, how do I say this in a way? Because he did a lot. Like, I'm not saying because he already won the award is what I'm kind of saying. And I think it kind of goes to the idea of like voter fatigue and stuff like that too. But in the case of like CMC, where he was the main focal point, he was both the receiving and the rushing threat for that team and that offense to really function, because like the 49ers they have dealt with so many injuries over the course of their season at that point too. And they eventually, had a great season, ended up going to a Super Bowl because of it. So like I don't know, it's just like things like that, and the fact that he didn't have necessarily the stats per se to kind of give him the MVP award because he ended up winning a lot of the games compared to his rivals like for that award. It kind of just I guess it enforces that like I guess the record and the team generally still matter, and that's why it's still a QB award if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like and that's why I'm kind of like I really wish there was like more factors that go into MVP award because then running backs would be in the kind of conversation. Wide receivers would also be in the conversation too, and it would make
Yeah.
things a little bit more interesting. And like you said, this season there's so much parity. There's so much different things. There's no clear front runner. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just really wish like if there's a way that Jonathan Taylor or like some like a running back can win this award, it would be so sick for just the football fan in general. Like,
Hmm. Yeah,
that's
I agree.
not just a QB award. Then just name it the best quarterback, most valuable quarterback,
The
or
quarterback on the
something.
team with the best record.
Yeah, literally. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
that's
CMC should have a case this year too. I mean, if you watch the 49ers, every play is just feed CMC, get him the ball. He gets like 30 plus touches a game. Like he
exactly.
should
And
still
with
have a case.
how
But
yeah, with how their like whole team is that's the thing. I never understood. Like the 49ers find a way to like every year like be an infirmary. I don't understand what kind of devil magic or what do they sell their soul to get to the Super Bowl.
I feel like it's got to be like a culture or like a coaching thing at this point. Like either their strength and conditioning is bad, or like maybe their culture is like they don't sit out if you're hurt, or don't report injuries if they're minor and stuff, and they play through them. Like it's something. It's every year. It's like 5 years in a row at this point that they're always so hurt.
yeah, and especially with like key players like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. Like that's the thing I'm also starting to notice too. I feel like strength and conditioning coaches and staff specifically play a key role in the team's success because you know, if the best ability is availability, and if your team in general is constantly like in flux, that's not going to be the case. Like that's not going to like work long term over the course of a very long season. And for the Bears specifically, and this is going back to the secondary, it's like I feel like the amount of times I've seen the hamstring be a common theme amongst my wide receivers, my
Mhm.
cornerbacks. Like I feel like there's something with the strength and conditioning team that's like not right, or
Yeah.
people are just playing through injury, which I understand. Like it's the football mentality, like you want to give it your all, leave it all out there on the field. But how much do you think like there has to be a point where if you're hurt, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about this?
No, I agree. I mean, strikingly, you go back to Carson Wentz last week,
Mm-hmm.
and in that Monday night game, where he almost looked like he was just dying on the field. Like that's unacceptable. At some point, coaching has to step in and say you are not fit to play, even though you really want to play. I'm like the coaches need to step in and protect the players, and clearly, yeah, something's off there.
No, yeah, like I that's so whack of Kevin O'Connell, or like very unusual of Kevin O'Connell in my eyes,
Hmm.
because I didn't expect him to be, and I'm not making any assumptions or accusations or anything like that because I don't know the full story, but it feels odd to me that all these injuries, like a broken or torn labrum or like rotator, like all that those injuries for your throwing arm happened in that game and not prior, because he was on the injury report before that game happened,
Hmm.
and then he was like, oh, he's fully healthy, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
um I, it's kind of weird because it's like, and what's more egregious is that he let him in that game still. He kept him in the game till like the end of the third quarter, like, and while he was in reeking in pain.
Hmm.
And
after every throw.
Yeah, and he kept getting sacked.
Yeah.
Like at some point, like you got to stop the bleeding,
And
and
you're
he
like
just
down 3 scores at the end of the fourth, too.
right.
My guess is that Carson Wentz really wanted to go back in the game, and he knows that JJ McCarthy's coming back next week. He knows that this is probably his last chance to show something for a new team or for a new role going forward. He also still thinks he's Superman because he can make any throw. He's still got that arm strength. So all of that together, I think he just didn't want to sit. He had too much of a prove it game, and he was probably forced himself in. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell's got to step in and tell him he's not healthy.
Do you think this is the last we've ever seen of Carson Wentz?
It might be. I think he's getting old. He's seeing ghosts. He ran into a few sacks, like very obviously. It's tough. I think he's going to miss the year. Maybe with a healthy shoulder, he'll find a new team and be a backup somewhere else. But I don't think he'll be in the top half.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because remember back to his like Eagles days where he was like an MVP candidate. Should have honestly went to should have been a part of the Super Bowl before Nick Foles came in and took over. But I mean, technically at the end of the day, he's still Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, no, but it's really sad. Like I
yeah.
feel so bad for him. It's a really unfortunate career.
Yeah. Did you see I don't know if like when the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl last year, or like earlier this season or earlier this year, he was asked a question about like which if you were to be someone or like be a part of any Super Bowl, which would it be? And he was like, well, I wish I was able to be in that part of that Super Bowl back when he was on the Eagles, and they ended up winning that one. And I was just like, man, like, dang, that's so tragic, like genuinely, like. And then after, he was just never the same. It was just like constantly
hard to recover from that.
Yeah, was it a torn?
It was a torn ACL, I think.
ACL, right? Yeah, but that's crazy. Like, but one more thing about or actually no, two more things actually, because we have to talk about it. The new owner, well, not really new owner. She was already part of it. Carly Ursay. That's the one thing that was really fascinating about the Colts this season, because it was just like the question marks after Jim Irsay passed were like, how is this team going to function post Jim Irsay? And because he did have correct me if I'm wrong, he did have a very like hands-on approach when it came to running the operations, and he was also involved a lot when it comes to like the contract of players. Like if you remember back in the JT saga for his contracts as well, like, and Carly's approach is like being on the field, on the sideline with the clipboard and the headset and all that, listening to the play calls, like trying to understand from a personnel perspective. That's actually what I was really like impressed by. And, one of the things that she said as well was like, it helps you make less expensive mistakes. And I think a lot of GMs and a lot of owners should, take precedence to, or like understanding that, because a lot of the things, say you want to get involved, right? You might as well be like a little bit on the field or be as involved as possible when it comes to like understanding before, taking the action. So do you think that this is like this new meta potentially down the line for like owners to fully immerse themselves when it comes to the play? Because this is actually kind of showing the results already with the Colts being 7-1 in a sense.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. So going back to even Jim Irsay, I agree. He was pretty hands-on. He did talk through a lot of decisions. He was involved. I think not so much as some other owners. I mean, you talk about like the Jerry Jones type, but not. I think he was probably somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I agree. I think he definitely got more involved more recently, especially with some of the things around Anthony Richardson. I think even maybe drafting him or starting him as early as they did were definitely influenced by him. Obviously, wanting to watch the team succeed while his health was declining, I think was a part of it. But I think going back to where Carly Ursay is now, I think what she's doing is awesome. Most people don't know this, but she's actually been on the sidelines for the past couple years, but it's
Oh,
been coming to more publicity now that she's actually the owner.
hmm.
But yeah, you got to do that, right? If you own a business, you own a product, you have to be there figuratively or literally on the sidelines watching it happen and making sure you understand the ins and outs of it as much as you can. And I love to see it. It's clearly a perspective of really wanting to understand rather than meddle with the decisions at this point. And yeah, you can't argue too much with the outcomes either.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because it's like, you know, because the thing is, it really, I guess, depends on the team too. Um, because there are owners that like have no involvement as well, or like stay as far away from the team as possible, and their team is doing really well. And or like they just don't meddle as much. They only meddle with like hiring the general managers or with the process of hiring the staff. Um, but I guess it really just depends on what the philosophy is for the organization, and in this case, I think the fact that they're showing this, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't show that earlier because I had no idea that she was on the sidelines for all these like for years before this too. So that's pretty cool actually. Um, but I think from a perspective that like if you're going to be involved with operations, especially with a multi-million or multi-billion dollar franchise, like if you're going to be making decisions, especially big decisions when it comes to like draft position or who do you draft, like Woody Johnson is the biggest example as well
Oh
when it
my
comes
gosh,
like
yeah.
he feels like he picks and chooses when he wants to be involved, and when it blows up in his face it's like, oh, why did this not work? Well, of course it's not working because you're letting your son who plays Madden dictate who you want on your team, or has a higher Madden rating, or who you're picking because the Madden rating is not high enough or something like that.
Yeah.
It was that whole story was absolutely asinine in general, and I never understood. If the owner just doesn't understand, like stay out of the way, like let the people that actually know the organization, or at least trying to do do due diligence to make this organization better, like let them go about it, and
Hmm.
that's one thing I really appreciate, like from Carly's perspective. It's just like the fact that she openly says like, listen, I want to make this team really good, and in order to do that I have to understand the ins and outs, understand who is at fault, what needs to be changed or what needs to be tweaked, because at the end of the day it is $1 billion organization, and she's the face of it in a sense. So everything's going to come to her when it comes to like, why is this team not succeeding, or why are we constantly in the middle of the bracket? Well, now you're 7-1.
Yeah.
Honestly, should be 8-0, but uh, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I listen. If I were you, I would. I mean, if I were the Colts, I would also take 7-1, honestly, especially
Yeah.
with being 4-3.
More than
But
happy with it.
oh yeah, and one last thing as well. Before we move on to the pick'ems portion of this podcast, um, let's talk about Tyler Warren
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
between our conversations that we had, and especially when it comes to Colts fans and Bears fans, with the whole pick, Colston Loveland being picked before Tyler Warren did. Listen, Tyler Warren has been absolutely sensational this season. 37 receptions, 492 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging 13 per reception essentially, and was picked 4 picks after Colston Loveland, who doesn't even have a quarter of that. Um, do you think that you know Tyler Warren being on the Colts currently in this current iteration of the Colts, um, the system with Shane Steichen, with the current pieces around him, because he not only has himself, but Daniel Jones to throw to him, Jonathan Taylor, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs. Oh, is it Josh Downs? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's his name. Okay. Like you have a bunch of weapons to go off with it. And I guess that also plays a part of him being comfortable because he's not the sole target. Do you think that the system around Warren attributes him to being more efficient or effective, or is it like the attributes that came out of college? Like he was, 5 years at Penn State, was an excellent tight end for them, was very effective, a really prominent player for Drew Aller in Penn State's offense. Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's the system or is it the attributes that he brings to the table?
I think it's definitely a little bit of both. So, excuse me. So I think Shane Steichen has a great scheme for him. I think we're making plays for him, drawing him up in positions to succeed. We're doing wildcats for him in the red zone, shovel passes, like all sorts of cool tricks for him. And at the same time, he is dynamic enough to immediately understand it, be in the right positions. Most of the time, he's had a couple mess ups that I've seen, but you know how it goes. But I think for a player to be as plug and play in an NFL offense as Tyler Warren has been for the Colts from week one, understanding everything, it's really incredible. It's really rare. Like you would say, you never see something like it, but we had Brock Bowers last year, but and Laporta the year before that. So, it's happening more frequently with these early breakouts for tight ends, but I think his athleticism and how dynamic he is unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see. And listen, I like Tyler Warren. He's a great tight end in general, and like definitely was like that going back to the pick, like for the Chicago Bears specifically. Like, listen, at the time, and I think a lot of people who have seen the live stream of the draft like understood like my confusion and my brother's confusion of the pick, because it was just like Tyler Warren's there. Or if you're going to take a tight end, you might as well take the one that's like 5 years in college, like, or and all that. He's a little bit like he's only like 2 years older than Loveland, which is not too much in a sense. But like I understood after a day or sleeping on it, like just like I understood it was kind of like Ben Johnson's perspective of like, yeah, he fits the criteria for him. He's a lot younger. He's more of a impact player down the line versus Warren is like right now. We need to like get the ground running right now, or at least a year later. But that's the conversation because Warren is already proving himself to be very effective. Whereas the Bears, on the other hand, have not really targeted Loveland more than 4 times in a game. So that's the thing. It will always feel like Bears fans are coping, like when it comes to like the pick. And I completely understand the perspective of that because we're trying to, we love the team so much. We're going to back our guy at the end of the day. But I think if we were to draft Tyler Warren, and this is just me, I think it would kind of be in the same boat as Loveland. And for the reason that we're probably not going to target him as much starting out, maybe a little bit more than what Loveland is getting, because Loveland has to grow into the system. He's a lot younger. I feel like he has to, get more involved down the line. Whereas Warren, like he will plug him in, he'll be ready to go. Like he's ready. But he will probably be asking for a contract a lot sooner rather than later. And I think from a perspective, the Bears would want to get as much of their young core set now so that later on, when it's time to pay them, and once they have proven themselves to the organization, like then it would be like, okay, we're ready. Now we can actually pay them down the line. Do you think that's kind of cope, or is it like, do you think that I understand where I'm kind of going with this, or is it just like, I'm just yapping here?
I understand. Like I say none of this to say that Loveland is bad. He's definitely just unproven. He doesn't have the volume to prove whether he's good. But I do think, I do think that it's not like I don't really agree because I think, well, they're both first rounders, so they have kind of the same draft capital in the sense of they have the same contract with the same option for a 5th year. I don't know. I really just don't see why you wouldn't take the dynamic player. I think Tyler Warren was number 1 on most people's boards as tight end. He was
Right.
number one on my board overall. Like, I think if you told me going into the draft, who do I want the Colts to get, I would have told you Tyler Warren. Granted, number 2 would have been Loveland because I knew we needed a tight end. But yeah, I think Tyler, you just don't pass on that sort of athleticism. The whole offense ran through him at Penn State, and like, he was a one-man wrecking crew, and it's clearly evident after he left, even before Drew Aller got hurt, that he was the difference maker there. I just don't see how you pass on that. Whether or not they should have taken a tight end is an entirely separate argument, and we don't need to get into that. But yeah, I just don't get it. I think they're both going to get extended at the same time. Yeah, Loveland probably for cheaper, but you just got to take the impact.
Yeah, I get what you mean. At the end of the day, I feel like, until Loveland eventually kind of breaks out, because it's week 9 and I'm still waiting for that breakout game, until he does that, and until he actually, the noise is not going to stop whatsoever when it comes to that, because Warren is doing well now. Loveland isn't. That's the story at the end of the day. But I think both will be good. I mean, Warren obviously is already like showing the trajectory that we're gonna see down the line for him to be elite. I just think it's gonna take a little bit longer because the Bears offense has so much mouths to feed as well, especially in the wide receiver room's perspective. So it might take a while, and you also have Cole Kmet there as well. So you gotta, feed him as well, especially with the money we paid him a couple of years ago.
Well, that's why I was hoping that last game would kind of be a breakout game for Loveland, but he never really got the looks. And I think there's also something to be said that the Bears offense just isn't high enough volume right now to feed that many people. Forget the quality of the receiver room. I just think that until there's a lot more progression, development, and scheme wise, they've just they're having a 4th or 5th option get that kind of volume isn't sustainable. Whereas on the Colts, when they're scoring on every single drive, at least from like just a volume perspective, it's there more frequently.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I think, that's kind of the growing pains where we kind of expected in the offseason, where it was like, okay, you have too many chefs in the kitchen. How are they all going to be happy at the end of the day when it comes to, working together? And right now, Caleb is trying to find his balance in a sense. And that's going to be a process too, because Ben Johnson's offense is also pretty complicated as well. We have not really seen the fullest extent of this offense too, because, at least from what I've noticed, because compared to what I saw in Detroit versus to what I'm seeing in Chicago, I feel like Chicago's offense is a little bit more basic than what it is in Detroit, whatever Ben Johnson did. And that's, the fans won't like to hear it, but it's kind of probably what's going to happen, because until the offense gets comfortable after we stop putting some damn penalties, then I think we can kind of add more like layers of difficulty to it, because if we go straight to level 10 difficulty, it's just going to create even more big of a mess as well. And then what's the point of having all these weapons? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I totally agree. I think they've got a lot of room to grow. And the refs did kind of screw them that game. Even though they won the Commanders game, that was rough, man.
That was we faced like 2 teams that day, I swear. It was the refs, and like I genuinely was like, I thought we were going to genuinely lose that game because of the egregious calls that we were going our way, and things weren't going our way at the end either. Like, we had a lead, we blew it. Commanders took 2-score lead, and then all of a sudden we have a field goal to win the game. So like, nothing was really going our way in a sense either in that game too. But
do you know what? Oh, sorry. Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that game where the ref like stuck his side out into the Bears player.
Oh,
and then threw the flag. Yeah.
I forgot his name. Shoot. I remember watching that game and I lost my mind when I saw that. I was like,
that was crazy.
Dude, that's why we're playing the Steelers this year. We're gonna get that revenge from back in 2021, dude. That's how long ago it was since we've played the Steelers. Right?
Yeah, it's
I
every
don't
4
recall.
years for if you're in the other conference. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 4 years. I just wish we had won against the Ravens, dude. Oh my god,
Yeah, that
dude.
was tough. That's so tough.
I have to listen to 4 more years of Brad.
You better not lose to Rodgers. You're going to be hearing 4 more years from a
Dude,
lot more people.
Shanky is gonna lose. Oh my god, there's no way, dude. It's gonna be no. Not only like forget about Shanky and in general, but I'm like Packers fans. Like I'm talking about like Aaron Rodgers himself, dude. Like if this is his last season, like he's probably gonna just use up all because he already lost to Green Bay.
Yeah.
He's gonna take every excuse in the book to find a way to beat us, dude. At this point, like that's the thing I'm like scared about because I was hoping that he beats the Packers, so at least like it won't be as like he won't care about the Bears going to the Bears Stadium as much because I felt like he cared more about going to Green Bay, not going to Green Bay, beating Green Bay at Pittsburgh, you know?
Yeah.
But now he has all the motivation, even more motivation probably than what he used to when we face him in a couple of weeks. So I'm just praying because I don't know, dude. Chicago will go turn into the purge, bro. If we lose that game, dude. Like I genuinely, truly believe that as well.
Yeah, you know it.
But yeah. Anyways, that's all the questions I had for the Colts and about the NFL. Let's get on with the pick'ems.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I am not doing so hot on them. I'll be real, especially last week because, good Lord, last week was terrible. I'm gonna increase the. Yeah, you can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So let's see.
Do we do them together? Is that how it works?
Yeah. And I these are my pick'ems, but you can influence my picks as well.
Okay.
When it comes to this, but this is last week. As you can see, 7-6, not so great.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not great.
Because I don't know why.
What? What? Dude.
Hey, listen. With how crazy the NFL is, like
that's the upset that you pick.
I mean, it could have been worse. I picked.
Okay, the rest of these are reasonable, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, those are fair.
I mean, I picked this for sure, but okay, that's just the hater in me. But but
you love Aaron Rodgers so much that you picked him. I know how you really feel.
Jeez, dude, that's like actually the worst game because like.
That's a true meteor game for you, yeah.
Literally, I felt like sick to my stomach having to root for Aaron. Like every time I'm like, oh my god, Aaron Rodgers did something. I'm like, oh god,
that's awesome.
But anyways, the first game,
Heike.
I'm kidding.
Lamar's back. Lamar's back.
Yeah, I wish, dude. It'd be so funny, just because of how the parody is in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And with the fact that Miami somehow beat the Falcons, which, to be fair, the Falcons are super unpredictable.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine they actually beat the Ravens though with Lamar. That
would be awesome. I would love to see it. But I maybe it's a hot take, but I think the Ravens could definitely run it to the playoffs this year still.
They could. I mean, I don't see why not, because once you have a healthy Lamar, when you have, the defense getting a lot healthier now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you limit Harbaugh not being an oaf sometimes, then you have a good shot, especially now, because it's now or never really now, because you're already 5 losses into the season now. So you have to pretty much almost win out with the 2-game kind of margin for error if you want to like take 2 losses or whatever. Oh, shoot, we got a question or like a thing. I didn't even notice. Question at large is how this will affect LeBron's legacy. I mean, hey, listen, man. Like, oh shoot. Speaking of, he's here.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey,
what's good? I'm glad you can make it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
We're
doing our pickups. Yeah, we're doing our pickups now.
Right, perfect time.
Yeah, who do you got? We're actually started the first one.
Yeah, I got Ravens too, obviously.
All right. What's next?
All right, we're on the same page. All right. Oh, geez.
Well, Joe Flacco's hurt now. We might be back to Jake Browning.
Yeah, and the thing is, 52% picked the Bengals over the Bears.
I've got the Bears in this one, even in Cincinnati. I think the Bears turned it around. I think they get a bounce back game.
Maybe it's from the picks early. Like,
Well, if you look at the betting odds, the Bears are actually favored. They're minus 165.
Yeah, but I guess because but I feel like the Bears too.
Yeah,
but
it's got to be the Bears.
I think the Bears are easily winning this game, bro. Like they just.
I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think any games have been easy for the Bears.
No, yeah.
I know, but the Jets like literally scored 39 on this team. Like,
yeah,
that's true.
One of the worst offenses in the league. Like I think we could put up like numbers against this team. It's just whether can we stop. Like, I mean, not
Jake
stop,
Browning.
Jake Browning. Remember Jake Browning? It's like Jamar Chase. Like we had to continue. Like that's the big issue. But yeah, I got us winning.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad news for my fantasy team if Jake Browning starts because I have Jamar Chase in my redraft league, and it's gonna take a hit. But yeah, I mean, Bears like the biggest issue, penalties. Caleb Williams getting comfortable with this offense. Like this is like definitely a get right game in a sense, or it has to be a must win, even with Joe Flacco, because the Bengals in general, their defense has been horrendous. Their offense has been, on and off a lot. And if you could stop Jamar Chase somehow, which is kind of impossible nowadays, or a very tall task to do, or at least mitigate him, you can have a really good shot to win. But I'm still taking the Bears. But
y'all talk about the Bears or before or I was wondering because I was just gonna say I just feel like the Bears Ravens game. I just I saw the all 22 and then I saw a lot of people commenting about it. I think Caleb didn't play too bad in that game actually. Now I think I think he made he honestly I feel like he played better than the Saints game in my opinion. He was I don't know. He obviously that interception was bad. He should have taken the flat route. But I do agree. This game against the Bengals is a get right game. Caleb Williams against bad defenses has been good. I mean, he played the Cowboys and had arguably one of his best games of his career. So I definitely think that the Bears have the edge on that. So it just depends on which team. If the Bears are healthy, it's it depends on that. But yeah, I got Chicago winning this one.
I think they'll bounce back too. I thought Caleb had a rough game last week, just in terms of the pick and also just I think that intentional grounding I think was on Loveland, but I think he'll have a bounce back game. I think this is a perfect get right game for them.
This is a perfect game, and I'm saying this every week at this point until it happens. This is the perfect game for Loveland to break out. If there is a game against a shallow defense, it has to be the Bengals too. Which I said that for the Saints game. I said that for previous games too. But
low-key, this is kind of relevant because he's a Colts fan. I'm so mad that we didn't take Tyler Warren now, bro. Now that what he's doing, Colts, bro. I don't know, bro.
I mean, you were mad even before, even when
pick happened. I would have been fine with Tyler Warren because he was good.
No, but when you saw Colston Loveland got picked,
bro.
It's rough. It's rough. They should have taken him, they should have taken a not tight end. But if they took a tight end, how do you not take him? Yeah, just doesn't make sense.
But yeah, I mean, oh god, I want both these teams to lose, but
JJ McCarthy's back, but Lions will slam them here at home.
I got Lions too.
Yeah, it's not even close. The Lions coming off a bye week too.
Aiden Hutchinson's just got signed too.
Oh yeah, true.
They're buzzing.
The most guaranteed money for edge, I think, or a non-quarterback.
Second.
Oh, second? Oh, that's Myles Garrett is first, right?
Micah still is number one.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
this is
Emmett Packers.
Oh yeah,
Packers have this.
Yeah, if it's a Lambeau, I got Packers easily winning this, bro.
Yeah, Packers are winning.
The Packers are bouncing back. They got full steam. The second half of the Steelers game they locked in. Unfortunately, I think unless they really screw up, they've got it.
Yeah, this is a crazy the fact that they tied to the Cowboys still
the tie is
so
honestly
hard.
Pretty good for them too.
Yeah, it helps them for some reason.
Packers just don't lose at home. I don't know, there's something with that team. They just don't lose at home for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, except for Week 18 against the Chicago Bears. But
no, Week 14 they'll lose. But I'm just saying, they don't lose.
Hopefully,
if this was in Carolina, I would have given the Panthers a little bit of a chance. But I got Packers steamrolling this team.
Yeah,
Yes.
if the Panthers were going up against Joe Barry in the defense, I would have given it to the Panthers with how they played last time against them. But since it's Jeff Hafley, yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Chargers. No, The only win the Titans got was like a miracle. There's no
Yeah,
way.
dude.
Chargers all the way.
Yeah.
Chargers, and they're healthier too. They got Joe Alt back. Herbert's looking good. He's back in his mojo. This is like a bye week kind of game for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, this is a weird.
Which version of the Falcons are going to show up?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because it's like last week it was the terrible version.
Well, they all had Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they have Kirk Cousins. I mean, it all depends on if Penix is going to play.
I think I hate it so much as a Colts fan, but the Patriots are back with Drake May, and I don't think the Falcons could stop them.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
I think the Patriots are the most overrated team, bro.
I would not be surprised if the Falcons won this. I think they fully can win this, but I don't think they will lock it.
I think
the thing is. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think Falcons win this game. I think like if it's a good team, they'll play really good. Like I think like the Falcons will. I don't think the Patriots are as good as they like this 6-2 says they are. I just don't think that like their offensive line, like Drake May, like people are like skimming over this because he's putting up good stats. He's taking a lot of hits. He's literally number 2 in the league in sacks. I think the offensive line of the Patriots is so bad. And one thing that the Falcons know how to do is get to the quarterback. So I think honestly it's a letdown game for the Patriots. I think the Falcons will win this game. Get a right game.
I would love for you to be right.
That'd be so funny too.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like that will just continue the narrative that the Falcons are literally one of the most unpredictable teams still. Like, I swear, like almost every pick'em I had, at least to this point, like I picked wrong for the Falcons. So like I have no idea honestly what kind of iteration of this team we're gonna get, because like Kirk didn't have himself. He had a very pedestrian game last week. He didn't do anything really of notice. Bijan had himself a bad game. Patriots, I just think that the Patriots will probably win just because their schedule down the stretch and with all this momentum that they have with Vrabel, like I think that they're gonna be, cruising down the line, which kind of like,
I hope the Colts get them in the playoffs and put them to sleep.
I think that the thing with the Patriots is like who are like other than the Buffalo Bills, I think it's a really good win. Who have they beaten? That's like okay, yeah, they're a good team.
Like, did they just beat the Broncos?
They beat the Browns.
Yeah, they scored like 30 on the Browns defense. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Drake got sacked 5 times against 5 times.
I just don't think it's kind of easy when you're like defense. Like here's my thing. It's easy to score on a good defense when like your offense can't produce anything. Like Dylan Gabriel like take the award for the worst safety of all time. It's either him or Danny Watson.
I think you look at Aaron, like how the Packers did against the Browns too. I think the Packers are a solid offense. They scored 10 points against them. I think dropping 30 on them is pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree, because it's like they're locked in right now. If anything, if you can score at will against the Browns defense, which is not an easy defense because you have Jim Schwartz as their defensive coordinator. Like he is a well-renowned defensive coordinator, and he has a team to do so, or the defense to do so. And the thing is, the Packers, I'll give them like credit now because they're actually locking in right now. Packers back then were like actually not like they're actually trolling so hard in that game. Like watching that game, I was like, dude, they're actually trolling. Like you can't be actually serious right now. Like Matt LaFleur was actually like not calling what he usually calls, and it was like okay, they were able to find a way to win because the Packers were just completely not on their A game or meeting their offensive expectations. Whereas this game, the England Patriots, like they were like on the foot on the gas the entire game. Like yes, Drake took a lot of sacks, but at the same time, like he was still very effective. He still leads the league in completion percentage and is breaking Tom Brady's record right now when it comes to completion
I
percentage.
just don't, okay, maybe just me. Like, I don't think completion percentage is the best like stat like in the world. Like,
It's a good stat. It's a good stat if you're in a good scheme, and I think
I agree. Like,
it's.
I just don't think I think like yards per attempt is better like of a stat.
Yeah.
Like, I think
That's basically where you get passer rating, right? It's just combining those two. Yeah.
No. I think Drake May's having a good season. Like, I'm not trying to be the Drake May hater here. I'm just saying, like, until they beat a really good team other than Buffalo, which I think is a divisional opponent, if they can beat someone else other than Buffalo that's really good, then yeah, I'll give them respect. Like, okay, yeah, they're a good team. They're a team that actually will be good in the playoffs. Like, I just don't like this Falcons. Like, I'm not really like locked in. Like, okay, yeah, like they can easily go and beat the Falcons. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I don't think they're like that good of a team where it's like, okay, yeah, they're a bad team. Like, they're like a mediocre team. Like, yeah, they're gonna steamroll them. I don't think I don't think like other than like the Buffalo game, there's any like evidence to say that the Patriots are like a great dominant team. Like, not yet, in my opinion. So that's why I think the Falcons have a chance here in this game. So I'm
Fair enough. I would love it if you're right, because that'd be pretty funny if the Falcons find a way to win. But
once again, would love that.
This could have been dude. This is just the injury.
This is all Niners now. It is the injury bowl. But yeah, I mean, Niners are getting players back. Giants just lost their heart and soul. The Giants are like dead in the water.
That's so sad, man. Like,
yeah.
Of all the dude, I'm so sad that like Cam Scatterbo, bro. Like,
dude had me watching Giants games to watch.
Yeah, he was so.
But yeah,
it was. What's crazy is that I really like when I was like doing my draft, like analysis and like who I really wanted the Bears to draft when it comes to running backs. Like Cam Scatterbo was like can't even say. Cam Scatterbo was like at the near like the middle of the pack for me when it comes to like. I really wish if we made it to like the fifth round, or not the fifth round, the third round or like fourth round. I really wanted us to pick Cam because he was a dog at Arizona. Like he is such a good yards after the catch or yards after the carry, like running back, heads down, if the definition of CTE, but is goated at it. Like Gronk, but
you weaponized it.
Back.
Yeah.
You're like a running back. Like he'll put it all out there on the line for you. And it sucks that he went down with that freak injury. And it's like, oh man, this year has been injuries so everywhere.
It's unfortunate.
That it starts after contact. But
yards after contact, my bad. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think the Niners are just the better team. They got a lot of players back. I think the Giants, that heartbreaking loss to the Broncos 2 weeks ago, I think it's going to really derail their season. I don't think they have other than the Raiders, I don't see a win for them. Obviously, upsets happen, so they can maybe win a few. But yeah, I think the Giants I think Dable's going to get fired soon. And
yeah, with the way Dart's playing, I think the Giants can win any game, but I don't think they're going to win this one.
Yeah, they don't have Neighbors and Chem, so it's like
imagine that offense with them.
Oh, geez, dude. Neighbors only played with Russ too. He didn't even play with with Dart either. So imagine, oh, dude, that's so. Oh my god, dude. I would have loved to see that, but I think I agree. I mean, is Brock Purdy back? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. If
he might be. I think he might be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
might be next week, but yeah, soon.
Yeah. I mean, if he's back, they could win. I mean, I feel like he could win with Mac as well. I don't think it's a big deal. Oh, I'm actually surprised that the 21% picked the Steelers.
So the Steelers kind of own the Colts historically. They win. They have a thing for us. They just like this has a loss written all over it as
a trap game kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think so. The Steelers just have our number usually. We've beaten them the past couple times, but usually they win it. I still pick the Colts, but yeah, the Steelers can win this game. They have a good chance at winning this game. It's in Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, I got the Colts easily winning this game. I don't know if my brother said this, but I've been saying that Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. I've been the Daniel Jones guy.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a crazy game against the Steelers. Their defense is just not good at all. Like,
I hope Tyler Warren rips them apart.
Not for sure. I think this Colts are just gonna steamroll the Steelers. I don't think they're as good of a home team as we thought they were because their home record's okay, but they went against the Packers, had a good lead, and just choked it.
Steelers just can find a way to lock in. That's Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He can do
9-8.
He wants sometimes.
9-8.
9-8.
This is the most explosive offense I've seen in a while. I don't know how they're going to stop JT. The way he's playing, Loki's in the MVP conversation. I think Daniel Jones is gonna have a great game. Like people, like I remember, like Joe Flacco had a great game against the Steelers. Like it's a get right game also. Like for at least like their defense is not that good. I think Rodgers will put up numbers against this team, but I think the Colts have a decent enough defense where like they can prevent Rodgers from scoring like 30. So I got the Colts winning this one actually. Yeah. And I remember last year, because I did watch a lot of Steelers game last year because Fields was the quarterback for them. So I was watching here and there. I remember the Colts I think the Colts beat the Steelers last year.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think the Colts win this game easily.
Cool.
Wait, is the Colts secondary a lot healthier now?
It's still pretty injured. We've got one Jalen Jones coming back this week. I think he with full practice today. So gotcha. he's back, but yeah, the defense is still pretty injured.
I have a question, dude. What's your opinion on Dayo Odeyingbo, bro? He used to be on your team.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think he was like a third round pick a while ago. He was pretty unremarkable, honestly. I don't think he really did much.
Well, Poles paid him like he was like amazing. So I was just wondering, as a Colts fan, like how.
Yeah, I remember when he got drafted, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be good. I'm happy, and then. Never really didn't really make any plays, didn't really hear his name that much. I think he got a pick once. But yeah, really unremarkable.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, right now it's like
one of the worst.
Ben and Dennis Allen have been kind of mentioning this, but they're trying him out at edge. So they're trying, it's like a work in progress right now.
Yeah.
And like mainly interior as well. So like, it's more right now he's kind of like they're trying to mold him into the player that they want him to be. So it's going to probably take a process. But yeah, still not really sure about the contract situation for him. Not really a huge fan. But until I see the progress and all that, I'm not going to say he's that great or anything like that. So
yeah. This is an interesting one.
I got Broncos destroying the team, bro. That defense is just crazy. I mean, they just made like one of the best offenses in football like suck. Like actually, Dak. Like as bad as the Cowboys are, they put up numbers and
they have a great offense. Yeah,
a great offense, and they just and then they're playing one of the worst offenses in all football in the Texans. I know they had a great win against the Niners. Mm-hmm. Shout out to CJ, bro, good win. But yeah, you're playing the best defense in football. So I think CJ's gonna get sacked like 9 times this game. Like,
I mean, to be fair, this is the same defense that gave up 29 points or 26 points to the Giants as well.
Yeah, but then they locked in
32.
When
32.
But when it mattered the most, they locked in. You're gonna have like some games like that. Like you're gonna have some games where you're gonna give up points. But when it mattered the most, they got the stops. They got that pick on Dart. Like they locked in, and then the next week they followed it up with an amazing performance. Like Dak was in the MVP conversation. Now he's not. So, I think the Broncos are gonna destroy him.
Give me the Texans in this one. Texans defense is elite. I think the Texans defense is as good as the Broncos defense, if not better. And I think that Bo Nix is not good enough to get past it. I think this is going to be a slugfest. I think this game is going to end like 12-6. And I think the Texans are going to win.
Here's my thing, right? I agree with you. I think, but like both defenses are really good. Here's my one thing. I think I just trust the Broncos offense more. And I think Nico Collins might not even play this game.
I think he's supposed to play.
He might. Okay, even if Nico plays, like, I don't know though. Okay, here's my thing.
I think the Texans are the one team that I would say like they're way better than their record.
I don't know about that. I saw that Monday Night Football game and they just could not move the ball. Like I agree, their defense is really good, but
that game was rough. I agree.
At some point, like to be a good team, you have to move the ball somehow, and they just can't move the ball at all. It's like outside of Nico Collins, they have no decent receiver. Like, and their offensive line is just so bad. I don't know why they traded Larry Tunsil. Like, it just made no sense at the time.
Yeah, it doesn't. It still doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I got Denver, but, I mean, Houston's not – they both have good defenses, so it should be –
it'll be a fun game.
I wouldn't say fun. It should be
from a perspective of, like,
somebody likes to watch smash mouth football. Yeah, like, this is the game.
Yeah.
85 Bears football, just defense. Jaguars, Raiders.
Yeah, Jags
I
easily.
Jags here. Yeah. Raiders can't do anything. Jags are going to lock in. T.L.'s been fine. I think Travis Hunter's going to have a big game.
Yeah.
This is at home, right? Is it
Yeah.
'cause
It's
on
Raiders home. Yeah. But I've easily got Jags here. I think the Jags are going to win this, and it's not even going to be close.
For sure.
Why do I feel like I don't know? Maybe it's just me. I feel like the Raiders may win this one. I don't know. It's like the most random game.
Genty statement game.
Yeah, like why do I feel like Genty's actually gonna run all over?
Bowers is back.
Oh, and Bowers is back?
Yeah,
That
but
kind of
like,
changes it.
dude, Gino is so trash.
Gino's washed. He's all
So
like
garbage.
washed.
The O-line is horrendous, but he's also playing worse. But I think with the bye week, okay, they're both coming off a bye week. So
Oh, we were forgetting that the Jags beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
That
beat
was
a
before the
team and then
Chiefs
lose to a
warmed
Mickey
up,
Mouse
though.
team too.
Yeah, that was
like,
before the Chiefs warmed up. Any given Sunday, but yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but the Raiders just lost to the Chiefs 31-0.
And they had the bye week, and then they thought about it. They sat in the corner and thought about what they've done. And
Sat in the corner
Come back.
and told Max Crosby that they're not trading him, which makes
All
zero
right.
sense because if you want to improve your team, you're going to need draft capital. And the one player on your team that has decent draft capital.
but Crosby probably doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, but
either.
I don't care. I don't care, bro. You gotta do what's best for your team. Like
Come to the
keeping
Colts,
Crosby
Max.
does nothing. Keeping
Uh,
Max Crosby does nothing. Like, what has he done for the team? Like, okay, like, yeah, you
have
like, no
some
matter what-
semblance of a defense.
He's a game wrecker. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
get it. He's a
almost
game
won
wrecker.
the 11 the Bears. You saw
Yeah,
that.
literally.
No. I completely understand that, but at some point, you got to look at what's best for your franchise. And the one
We
player-
literally almost lost to the Raiders because
That's
of Max
fine.
Crosby.
I mean, that's
like,
no, that's completely fine. I'm not saying Max Crosby's not a good player. I'm saying he's a great player, and that's why you should trade him because you can get draft capital and actually improve your team. They're not going anywhere with Max Crosby, man. I mean, they could, but they have to like tank and then be like they need to stack up picks, man. They have so much holes in that team. That's why I said from day one that drafting Genty made no sense. It just made no sense.
It really
Because
didn't.
the O-line is horrible. So bringing Genty in makes no sense. He's not going to improve your offensive line. I mean, he's a good yards after contact running back, but he's not improving your team at all.
Yeah.
I've said this for a while. And they should have got an offensive lineman at the draft. They didn't. And I never thought the Pete Carroll hire was good at all either. They have solid tight ends. They don't have a receiver. They need to trade Jacoby Myers too. They just have to like clean slate. And that Geno contract's horrible. Whoever thought of that Geno contract and that Geno trade needs to be fired. They need.
I mean, at the time,
no,
you know,
it
no,
No.
at the time it did make sense because it was like, well, not from the Raiders. Well, the Raiders' perspective, it was Geno went to the Raiders because they're trying to. Wait, no, that was the Seahawks.
Oh, dude, it just didn't make sense because, dude, like you're going to okay. Here's my thing with that, right? Geno is going to a worse team, and he's coming off his worst season, like in his tenure with the Seahawks. Like he's coming off his worst year. You're going to a team that has a even worse offensive line. You're going to a team that has you don't have a JSN anymore. You have Jacoby Myers. Like that's a big downgrade, right? And then you have Brock Bowers is fine, but then you draft a running back without drafting any offensive line help, so you're not helping Geno Smith at all. And then you're in a division with the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the reason why they made that trade is so they can compete, but you're not competing in that tough of a division with Geno Smith as your quarterback. So it just, in my opinion, with even I'm just surprised that like Tom Brady, who has minority stakes, I get it. He probably doesn't have the most upsay of all the decisions, but I'm just surprised that he had no say in this, like, and said like was fine with it. Like this is ridiculous. Like
I don't know if you can say a lot
no,
either.
just saying like Geno Smith, like that. I don't know. The Raiders is actually messed up, like actually badly. And the one thing that could rectify it is trading Max Crosby. Man, you have to do it. And it's like I think they're okay. Here's my thing with Max Crosby. They're acting like he's like a Luka Doncic to their team, bro. Like who like brought them to the Super Bowl single handedly, won a deep ball. Like he hasn't done that, bro. I don't think that they owe him loyalty to the team. They don't. They don't. Like you got to do what's best for your team at some point, man. If we had a Max Crosby and our team was horrible, like okay, it's like Khalil Mack, bro. We had to get rid of Khalil Mack.
Fair enough.
And getting rid of Khalil Mack, it's also getting rid of Roquan Smith. Yes, Roquan Smith was a draft pick. We had all pro, one of the best linebackers in the league. We had to do it so that we clear up cap space, get some draft capital, and look where we're now. We're actually a decent team now. The Raiders have to do that, bro. I get it. Crosby's really good, bro, but you get 2 first-round picks for him, man. People will give that.
And the thing is, the longer you wait as well, like it will start to depreciate as well with the more he ages as well.
Oh, the Saints are going to get slapped.
Oh, geez, yeah. Oh, geez, 1%. Who's a one Saints fan picked?
Tyler Shuck is starting, but I don't think that's going to be enough for the Rams or for the Saints.
He looked a lot better. I mean, obviously it was during garbage time, but like he looked more competent or more calm in the pocket than Rattler. But
Rams are just too good all around. He's not going to get past that.
They're coming off a bye week too, so yeah, the Saints looked horrendous. But yeah,
they actually have the number 1 pick right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
The Jets won.
Oh, yeah, Jets won. Yeah. So they have. Okay, makes sense. Kansas City, Buffalo. I forgot
this is not the nightcap.
I think this is the year where the Chiefs win this one, bro. I think this is the year the Chiefs finally win this.
Finally? Oh, the regular season.
Yeah, regular season. Like they always lose in the postseason. I mean, so they always win in the postseason. I'm talking about the regular season.
Yeah. I could see it. The Chiefs are locked in right now. But I will never pick the Chiefs over the Bills. I like my Bills too much. Josh Allen's got this.
Who would I pick?
I don't know, man.
Buffalo too. In Buffalo,
Josh Allen also lost to like Michael Penix. I don't know, man.
This is true. This is true, but I don't know. I pick the Bills. I will never not pick the Bills.
Yeah, that's a good take. Bills owned them in the regular season. Yeah, this is their Super Bowl. The Bills Super Bowl is right here.
I don't know who to pick because it's like I could see somehow both these teams winning because that's just how the league. But the Bills just don't have a defense that I like. It's like their defense is literally Swiss cheese, like, and the Chiefs' defense is locked in right now.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to take the Chiefs as well.
I
don't know. I don't think I can. As much as I would love the Bills to win, I don't think I can pick them with how bad their defense looks right now.
Bro.
But it will be a fun game. It'll be definitely a fun game.
Yeah, contagious, bro. This guy used to be like the biggest Mahomes guy, bro.
No.
This guy used to be the biggest Mahomes guy, and then ever since he started winning, the cycle goes to them. Like if they start winning, he just starts like he doesn't care about them anymore, bro. He just like becomes.
He's not my quarterback, bro. I keep talking about how Bears best on him, and I'm like, piss me off.
Nah, it's like I don't know.
Piss me off, dude. I'm like. Okay, we drafted Trubisky, bro. Relax. Like, we made a mistake.
I'm saying you used to be the Mahomes guy, bro.
No, dude, what do you mean, Mahomes? I'm not like I literally was fine with him winning a Super Bowl the first time, and then the third, fourth time rolls around. I'm like, all right,
you picked the Eagles.
I'm gonna leave some Super Bowl for the rest of us.
Get this guy out of my league. Yeah,
leave some for the rest of us. Leave some for the Bears. Like, come on. But yeah, Seahawks, Commanders.
Seahawks defense is locked in too. I think.
Wait, is JD5 playing?
No, he is, but Terry got hurt again.
Yeah,
I got JD5
throwing it to Debo Samuel, Luke McCaffrey.
I got JD5, dude. JD5, bro. He knows how to like. I don't know. Okay, here's my thing with him, bro. He knows how to like make his plays better, bro. I'll give that to him.
I think the Seahawks are still going to stuff him.
Really? I just hope he has a good game. He's my fantasy quarterback, but
I hope he has a good game too. I love watching him play.
Yeah, and especially with the Commander, they're going to probably be desperate because they're already 3-5.
We beat them though, so.
I mean, yeah, but
that's when.
Wait, is this the night game? Oh, it is a night game.
This is a night game.
Yeah, please JD5 play it, bro. I do not want to see Marcus Mariota in another primetime game.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks here.
JSN is so locked in too.
He's so good, dude. Oh my god.
I traded him in fantasy for like Kyron Williams, bro. Like back. Oh my god.
I traded him for Justin Herbert, and I'm still okay with that. I think.
Mm-hmm. But dude, he's so good.
And
the thing is, he has quarterback now that can actually throw him the ball like consistently as well.
Yeah.
But this is gross. Why is this the? Okay.
You know, I got a hot take
here.
I got Cardinals winning this one. You know who? This. You know the stat here. Kyler Murray in his whole career has never lost in AT&T Stadium, bro.
Wow. It's a lot.
Like even in like,
high school, college, pros,
dang,
NFL.
Well, so I think that the Cardinals are way better than 2-5. Their team is good. All their losses are close games.
Yeah.
Oh, they just
But, yeah.
troll so hard.
Hey,
And
all
is
that-
Kyler
I don't
playing?
think they can. The Cowboys' offense is so high powered.
Kyler's playing.
Oh, Kyler's playing, not Jacoby Brissett.
Kyler's
Jacoby
playing.
might be better.
Dude, Kyler, this is my message
I-
to Kyler, bro. This is my message, bro. Please just throw the ball to Marvin, bro. Good things happen.
Yeah.
Good things happen. Like, actually, stop throwing to Michael Wilson or like Carter or something. Like, dude, like, just give it to Marv, bro. Come on. Easy.
You know what? I'll stick with the Cardinals just for I like that stat that you brought up about him never losing in AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
That's
funny
right,
if that
bro.
happens.
He loves playing in Texas. This is a hometown game for home.
Oh, he's from Texas, right?
I love
But yeah. Well, this concludes the pick'ems for this week. Wait, hold on. Did I make 13? Wait, I missed one. Hold on. It says I missed one. Let me find it. Oh, we picked the Chargers. I didn't pick the Chargers one.
Okay.
Can I just say this, bro? Like real quick, bro. Like Daniel Jones should be in the MVP conversation, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Fair enough.
We should have 3 MVPs. I'll add in Quentin Nelson to that discussion.
Quentin
I'm
Nelson.
just saying, bro. Like we gotta give it some respect, bro. I want to see.
He does deserve more respect, dude. If we beat the Steelers this week, we'll get respect.
Bro,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I'm just tired of the media and people saying like, oh, like the Colts are not serious because of Daniel Jones, bro. Like he's a good player, bro. Dude, like we're seeing quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, who are in bad situations, get thrown out of the city, and then go to a good situation with like someone like Shane Steichen, who's developed Justin Herbert. He's developed Jalen Hurts. He had a bad quarterback in Anthony Richardson, and now he's a good one with Daniel Jones. Like we've seen Shane Steichen play good, develop good quarterbacks. I think the Colts deserve a lot more respect. No one's taking them really seriously. I think I am very bought in on the Colts.
I feel like a lot of people are bought in on the Colts.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
more,
Trust me, bro.
Like-
You gotta like, dude. If you go on, like, dude, if you watch like the media and shit, bro. Like, I know you don't like the media, but if you go to the media, they don't trust the Colts, bro. They think
really.
also they think that the Vikings of last year, and like, okay, I see the comparisons kind of, but like, I don't know, like
This is a historically efficient offense.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like that. Man.
Insanely
numbers don't lie,
efficient.
man.
But this is the game that matters because all eyes are on us this week. This is the first, even though we beat the Broncos, even though we should have beat the Rams, even though we slapped the Chargers, this is for some reason this is the first game that people are considering a legit game.
And I'm just saying this, bro. I'm not saying you guys have to beat the Chiefs, but if you guys keep it close with the Chiefs, that would be a huge game. And if let's just say you guys beat the Chiefs, man, like I'm so serious.
Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I think everyone needs to be serious about the Colts.
They're the best team in football if they win.
Yeah,
out.
literally.
Yeah.
If you win an Arrowhead,
They already are arguably the best team in football. So
I like the Colts, bro. Hey, if they win the Super Bowl, I'll be happy, bro. For Daniel Jones, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting time to be a football fan because so much has happened, so much parity. Like, geez. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, especially leading up to the trade deadline's coming. One last thing, the trade deadline's coming. Tejas, do you expect the Colts to be buyers or sellers in?
I expect them to do absolutely nothing because that's what
nothing?
being a Colts fan has trained me to believe. But
Oh.
I hope we get a linebacker. We need a linebacker. That's what, or edge. But
I got a little hot take here. I think that there's a guy in the trade market that's not been. I think a guy like it's not really a hot take. I have a cold take and a hot take. Okay, cold take. I think they should get like someone like Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers would be really good to like pair up with Michael Pittman, like as another wide receiver too. I don't think his value is gonna be crazy. Like maybe it's third or fourth, maybe a fourth round pick for him. It's not terrible. And then I think maybe there's a chance that like what's the name? AJ Brown. There's a chance because there's a lot of rumblings right now that AJ Brown might get traded, not in the deadline, maybe next year, like in the offseason, but keep out.
He knows the scheme. Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, keep a name for AJ Brown, man. He might be traded. So
I just think the Colts receiver room, in my opinion, is not really their problem. I think their receiver room is pretty solid. I think they have a great group.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you have like someone like an AJ Brown, like, and you pair with Michael Pittman, like, and you have Tyler Warren, like that's
back with Steichen. He knows the playbook.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be interesting. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in and watching or listening. I appreciate you, Tejas, for taking the time out of your day to come and talk football with us. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And if thank you guys again so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow my socials down below. Follow my brother as well on Slashing God Next for his channel as well. And that's going to do it for today's episode. And we'll see you guys in the next one.